Hi friends, welcome to Circle Time. Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? How are you this special day? I'm so glad you're here today. Hello, hello, how are you? I hope you guys are having a great day today. And you're enjoying our big, huge packet you got yesterday. We have so much stuff in the packet this week, and I hope that you are enjoying it. We're not going to be together for a couple weeks. We're not going to have videos for a couple weeks, and then we're going to get to come back to school in person. Most of you are going to be here at school with me, and I'm so excited. We have a couple more days of videos, and then a couple weeks off, and then we'll get to come back together. All right, friends, let's do our counting, okay? We had, yesterday was the number 30. That's a big number. Look at all those numbers. Do you know what comes after the number 30? Let's count and see if you know. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Wow, 31. And now let's do it in Spanish. And this time we're going to, can you touch your nose while we count? Like this? Or maybe we should do our heads. Let's pat our heads like this, okay? Ready? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31. Uno. 31. All right, friends. That is a lot of numbers, isn't it? Tomorrow, when we count, it will be back to the first number, which is the number 1. Yeah. So we'll do some counting to 10 tomorrow. All right. We are working on a new letter this week, just like every week, aren't we? We have the letter. Do you remember what this one's called? N, the letter N. And the N says N. The N says N. Every letter makes a sound. The N says N. And I hope that you are enjoying the little finger play that came in your packet today or this week for the letter N. N is for nuts that I like to eat. N is for nest where a bird can sleep. N is for net to catch a big fish. And N is for noodles, my favorite dish. N is for noise, a very loud sound. N is for nails that I like to pound. So yeah, that's a fun poem. And we saw lots of things in that poem that start with N, didn't we? We had nose. Nose isn't in that poem, but I keep thinking when I look at the poem, read it, I see nose, but it's noise. It's a little bit, it looks almost the same, that word. Net, nails, numbers, nests, and necklace. All those things start with N, don't they? They start with a N sound. Yeah. And did you look at your names or think about your names and think, do you have an N in your name? I don't don't have any N's in my name. But let's see. Teacher Josie has an N in her last name. Yeah. And we have some friends. Evan has an N in his name. And Caden has an N in his name. Lots of our friends have N's in their names. Let's practice writing the letter M today, okay? So if you don't have your paper or your whiteboard, go grab it and we'll practice writing the letter N, okay? I'm going to draw a couple lines on my board here to help me know where to write my N. Okay, so we're going to practice first with our finger pencil, and we're going to go down. We're going to go at an angle to the bottom and then come up here and go down again. Okay, so we're going to connect the two straight lines with a line in the middle. Let's go with our finger pencil. We're going to go down, come back to the top, go down to the bottom at an angle, and then up. Okay, and for the little N, we just go down, up, over, and down. All right? All right. All right, friends, now that we have written it in the air, we're going to try writing it on our boards or on our paper, okay? So we're going to start at the top of our area. We're going to go down to the bottom. Then we're going to come back to the top. We're going to go at an angle down and then straight back up. Down, at an angle down, and straight back up, okay? When we write the little N, we're going to start in the middle. We're going to go down, up, over, and down, just like that, okay? So you guys keep practicing your N's, okay? And I hope that while we're on our break the next couple weeks, that you will keep practicing your letters and you're writing your name, because we want to see how good you're doing when you come back to school in person, okay? I want to read a book to you, and then we're going to be done with circle time today, okay? This book is called The Fabulous Bouncing Chowder. Look at this dog. He's jumping. Isn't that silly? Let's read this book and see what this book is about, okay? Let's see. It doesn't have an author on the front. But we're going to look at the title page, and it says Peter Brown. Looks like Peter Brown wrote this story. The Fabulous Bouncing Chowder. One day while watching TV with the Wubbingtons, Chowder saw a commercial for Twisted Acrobatic Fantastic Camp. He dreamed of going there. But Twisty would not allow dogs, so Madge and Bernie turned to a dear friend for help. Madge and Bernie are his people. Miss Shirley Fabu ran the Fabu Pooch Boot Camp. Her specialty was turning beautiful dogs into fabulous dogs. They went on field trips to dog shows and dog salons. They sharpened their skills in fabulousness. The Wubbingtons thought that Chowder would enjoy it there, but as usual, he didn't quite fit in. Look at this. He's got his head out the window of the bus, and he's slobbering all the way down and hitting the window. Ew. To Chowder, all the other campers looked the same. They all were beautiful and had good manners, and they all seemed unbelievably boring. He tried to get the other dogs to loosen up by inviting them to play games, but the fancy campers always had more important things to do. Chowder knew they were just avoiding him. Look at, like, Chowder likes to swim in the pool, and all the other dogs are just sitting there in the sun. One morning after breakfast, Miss Fabu made a special announcement. We're going to have our own official dog show, she said. You little darlings will be competing in the first annual Fabu Pooch pageant. Start preparing and remember that the only way to fetch your fabulousness is to follow your dreams. Chowder knew he was kind of funny looking. It was difficult enough being surrounded by perfect dogs, but competing against them just seemed like a lost cause. Oh, I almost forgot, added Miss Fabu. The winner will get a 1 year supply of delicious snarf snacks. Now she was speaking Chowder's language. Snarf snacks were the true doggy delicacy. Just one shake of the box, and hounds from all over could be heard with howling with hunger. He didn't know how he'd do it, but Chowder was determined to win that prize. The campers got right down to business. Lola spent a few weeks working on her toothy grin. Snapper went to a canine chiropractor, and Beverly got a perm. All of the dogs were looking more and more like champions. All of them, except for Chowder. Chowder tried to make himself a bit more fabulous, but he needed a new plan. Miss Fabu always told the campers to follow their dreams, and Chowder had a lot of dreams to choose from. He dreamed of being a professional kickball player, an astronaut, a gourmet chef. The list went on. But Chowder's greatest dream was to be an acrobat. And when his curiosity led him behind the barn, things began to look up. It was love at first sight. Chowder climbed onto the old trampoline, brushed it off, and began bouncing around. He was a natural. While Beverly was primping, Chowder became one with the trampoline. As Snippet perfected his posture, Chowder studied the great masters. During one of Lola's many flossing sessions, Chowder tried to lick the moon. Look at him. Before they knew it, the day of the Fabu Pooch pageant had arrived. Droves of dogs and people from far and wide came to see the up-and-coming canines in their first competition. Even Chowder had a few fans in the crowd. Look at all those people. All of the campers were in top form. Lola's smile was sparkling, Beverly's hair was breathtaking, and Snippet's posture was superb. Finally, it was time for Chowder. The curtains opened to reveal nothing but the old trampoline. The crowd was growing restless when suddenly they heard a bark from above. Ew! Chowder dove from the roof of the barn, landed in the center of the trampoline, and bounced high into the air. He fell back to the trampoline, spinned in a tight corkscrew. Then he bounced into a flying cartwheel, and then 3 backwards flips, and then something he called the Chowderian bounce. When Chowder finished his routine, the crowd went crazy. The sounds of cheering and barking and mooing and oinking rolled forward through like a tidal wave. Miss Fabu clapped harder than anyone. "Chowder, that was so fabulous," she cheered. The judges loved Chowder's bounce-tacular performance, but it really didn't belong in a competition like the Fabu Pooch pageant. So instead of giving him the top prize, they gave him the honorary award of Best Bouncer in Show. Chowder was quite proud of himself. Beverly may have gotten the year's supply of Snarf Snacks, but Chowder became the official spokesdoggy of the Snarf Snack Company, and for that received a lifetime supply of his favorite treat. And it looks like this is an advertisement, and it says, "Your dog will flip over the taste of Snarfs." So Chowder got to be in the ad for the treat. The following summer, Miss Fabu insisted that Chowder return to her camp, and when he got there, Chowder had a class of beginning bouncers eagerly awaiting their first lesson. All those dogs want to learn how to bounce on the trampoline with Chowder. How fun. Have you ever seen a dog jump on a trampoline? I haven't. That's kind of silly. All right, friends, that's it for Circle Time today. I'll see you again tomorrow, okay? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Bye, you guys.